Coming soon to World of Tanks, 80's action heroes, Rambo, Snake Plissken, and Chuck Norris. Fuck you, Cujo.
Fuck you too.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we are now going to be discussing the new update that's coming out. New season, some stuff for Tank Miss, and it's going to be a very loaded discussion video. So let's start with the season, shall we?
Yeah, we should dive into the big hair, big explosions, and that.
Yes. So we're getting 3 new tanks. We're getting the Rambo's Concept 1B in American Tier 9. We're getting Colonel James Braddock, the STRVK. And
fucking Chuck Norris.
And then finally, the Snake... I'm not going to say his last name again because I fucked it up. Object
Plissken.
268 version 5. I'm not going to say it again. I've already said it.
Plissken. If you say the L after the P, it's easy.
Let's just talk about the update.
Fine. Change the subject.
All right, so let's look at these tanks right here. So, Concept 1B Heavy. It's a very interesting looking tank, and it's got a bayonet. That's Rambo. Honestly, I think that might be a buy if anybody gets it. I'm not sure as what the Concept 1B is, but I know it's
kind of flimsy hull armor, sort of auto bouncy in the sense, kind of like the Swedes, sort of. And they say, well, with a strong turret, which, well, since there's basically no turret front and just a little bit on the top to hit, yeah, I suppose technically it'll be a strong-ish turret.
So kind of like the M46 turret in a way, where it's like kind of just really weirdly angled.
It's not even weirdly angled. It's just a narrow, straight line.
Huh. All right.
With some little Pulla thingies there at the back, kind of, sort of, maybe little.
Maybe a little.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to move on to the STRVK. This is Colonel James Braddock, otherwise known as Chuck Norris.
Why'd they make Chuck Norris a Swedish-British tank?
I don't know. Honestly, like, Chuck Norris should be, like, the most American tank out there.
Which, if I'm looking at this right, does this look like a Centurion hull? Oh no, this is the STRV hull with the Centurion turret with the Swedish version of the L7.
Yes, that's what it is, because it actually is the Kronwagen hull. So basically, it's just going to be it's going to be a Tier 9 Centurion with, I guess, hull armor? I want to say? And a lower silhouette. Honestly, it's probably going to be slower, too, seeing as that it's a Kronwagen hull.
A lot of this is just going to have to, unfortunately, be kind of wait and see, because I don't quite know how to make it.
Right. But however, one of the most exciting one is the 268 version 5. Because that gets the
turreted 152mm gun from the 268 version 4.
Exactly. So it's essentially like the Object 705A.
But more accurately, it's on the T10 hull, so the mobility might be a little better, but it might be offset by the weight of the turret and the gun to slow it down. But it is not going to have much in the way of hull armor, if I had to guess.
So it's probably going to be the in-between between the tank destroyer and the heavy tank. So basically, it's just going to be more like a medium in some shape, way, or form in the eyes of these tanks. It's a heavy tank,
I think it's going to be a lighter heavy.
It is going to be a lighter
this
heavy.
is supposed to be a tank destroyer, if I remember right.
It is a tank destroyer.
Yeah, it's listed as a turreted tank destroyer, so it's going to fire 3 rounds a minute, have okay mobility, no camo, and some turret armor.
That's going to be interesting.
I got a feeling this is going to be a tier 10 version of the Jesus tank. That is the Bison T103.
It does have the barbed wire all over it. If you can see on the.
I
or is
think
that
it's going to
fins?
play. It's something. Well,
Go
no,
ahead.
that's a picture of the Statue of Liberty because the original movie with Snake Plissken was Escape from New York.
Right. That's what they based it off of.
They didn't want to touch Escape from LA. I can't blame them. That was a horrible movie.
Not bad. All right. So that's pretty much discussing the new tanks for now. Let's move on to the update because this is stuff we're gonna need to know because we're getting a new crew system. It's not going to be called crews anymore. It's going to be called commanders.
We're getting update diarrhea here is what we're getting.
So from the way I understand it, the way it's been described to me is that it's a lot in the way of World of Warships where it's like a point system. So basically you start with these... We start with like a reverse pyramid. So basically you start with a few perks and then you build outwards depending on how you want to divert your perks and everything.
See, this
If
is
I
kind
understand
of...
it correctly.
If that's what it actually is, I'm going to be kind of fucking annoyed because, you know, I have some crews with, frankly, retarded perk loadouts right now. And if I have to re-pick and choose and rescale, I'm going to be really annoyed because I like my 18-skill Russian heavy tank crew. I really like them. I was going to get rank 17, but no, they had to go and fuck with that whole system. I'm going to have to settle for 12.
Still not
Bastards.
sure though. I mean,
There goes my long-term goal.
They could let you keep it. They could not. But all they did tell us is that we should keep our or we are going to be keeping all crews that are assigned. So basically, any unassigned crews are just automatically just disappearing.
Yeah, there's a few hundred of those.
Consumables. We're getting some new consumables. Something that has been brought up is that these consumables are no longer from consumables are no longer nation specific. They're like all tank specific now. So basically, it doesn't matter what tank they're on. You can still use the same consumables on a different tank.
Food is food. Gas is gas. Obviously, and they're taking away all the small fucking consumables too, so everything's going to be a large repair kit, a large med kit, or some combination of the two. I'll be curious to see about the automatic versus manual fire extinguisher. That'll be interesting.
Yes, that would be really interesting as well.
I want to remove speed governor on a Vanguard. Ooh. It might be worth it right until the engine goes.
The maximum overdrive shifting.
Insert anime meme music here.
We're getting a couple new pieces of equipment. Some of them's getting taken away. I don't know which one's which, but I know that we're getting a new kind of system that can detect where certain modules are on their tanks. So basically, if you want to shoot the ammo rack, basically it'll point out where the ammo rack is for you.
Sentinel. Sorry, bud. It should also be noted that everybody is getting credited with that piece of equipment on each of their tanks in the 4th slot they're providing. And you can get rid of it at no cost to you, but they don't bother to mention if you can get it back after you get rid of it, though.
Skins. We're getting skins, too. So basically, I feel like it's going to be a little bit more in a sense of what PC got, basically with the E4 and everything like that. I wouldn't say right out the gate that we're going to get those ones, but I say that we're probably going to get some more later on down the line, and it's probably going to be a different version of monetization. Instead of just premium tanks, it's going to be premium tanks and skins.
Don't forget, those custom skins on tanks on PC could only be achieved through special loot boxes, and there was no guarantee that you would even get the skins in the first place.
Dear God, if we get loot boxes. I don't want loot boxes.
We have loot boxes. They're called war chests.
Well, war chests, they're not required to earn a certain skin, right? You can just buy the premium tank outright if you want a specific tank from the loot box, right? Loot boxes
Also, you gotta buy 100.
I don't... Go ahead.
So you gotta buy 100 war chests to get 4 skins. Yeah!
Oh my God. I hope
And even
it's not
then,
gonna be
RNG could step in full PMS and never let you even get the skins out of that 100 anyway.
right, exactly. It could be they could pull an EA on you and make you drain your bank account. What else are we getting next update? We're getting next generation optimization and a new HUD. So we're probably going to get a new refreshed look, more information. So like I want to say we're going to get something similar to what PC has, where basically if we bounce a shot, it'll tell us what tank we bounced from. Probably, I'm not sure.
That or last reported position on the map, those markers would be nice to have.
Oh my god, that would be so nice, especially with console. Too many times has an E25 just disappeared. We couldn't find them for the rest of the map. Or those lucky artillery pieces that just hide for the entire duration of the match.
Yeah. Okay, this next one kind of worries me how they word it, but the customization system. When you select one of your tanks in the Vehicles tab, formerly known as the Garage. Now that sentence there bothers me because we've offered some criticism on the lackluster garage modifications they've made for different events and ops, you know? I'm beginning to think that all we're going to do is have like a blank white or black screen and they're just going to eliminate said garage altogether because lazy and cheap. I would like to be wrong and actually have a nice, well put together garage that is something different than the Mercenaries garage with race car track or wrestling rings added to it. I would, but I'm not holding my breath.
Really, you can't really hold your breath for this stuff, especially with wargaming, because like honestly, they might even just keep the same garage at this point.
The bar can always go lower.
The bar could always go lower. You're right.
To the point that James Cameron might not even be able to find it.
We're going there.
If you get that joke, you've watched too much South Park.
Later on down the line, we're going to get some higher tier tanks cut off. So we might see some tanks retiring in general because the way Wargaming described this is that they're basically making tank lines a little bit more linear and not as like basically sprawled out as they are, which it shouldn't happen. You know, we have all these tanks and people put in the time for these tanks, and you want to cut them out now.
Well, here's the other thing. With checkpoints along the way where you can fit your tank with different modules. I'm assuming modules being the different packages. Like, say you want to use the Pershing fully upgraded with the DERP gun.
Yes. Yes.
Or say your Panther 2, or perhaps you want everything upgraded on your Tiger P except the gun because you're a fucking masochist. Yeah.
Some people, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Can work though. That's the bad part.
And then we're going to have a new tab. It's called a profile tab. Basically, this is a quicker way to get to your own stats.
They're just replacing the stats with this.
Yeah, you're pretty much. But one thing to note here, though, is that it will also tell you your account activity and store purchases. So basically, it'll tell you what you've bought in the past few days.
Yeah, because I really want to remember this without having to look at the receipts on my Microsoft account.
Right.
That I can't remember the password to anyway.
Well, good news is if you were drunk and then you wake up tomorrow morning and see a bunch of purchases you did not make, you probably bought them while you were drunk.
These are unique possibilities.
All right.
The store is no longer you're no longer gonna be able to buy stuff for in-game at the store, say through a PC, phone, whatever have you. Only through the game. They're taking away that, so if there's anything else you're actually looking for... Oh no, that's as of December 8th. You're already fucked. Never mind.
So, moving on to new maps. Some maps are getting a new upgrades. So basically, these upgrades will be applied to these maps because of tomorrow or Tuesday. Yes.
Well, it's the optimization for the new generation coming in.
Right. And
they're improving the capabilities.
I'm going to list off all these maps for you guys. Okay. Abbey, Cliff, Himmelsdorf, Kasserine, Kaunas, Malinovka, Mines, Mountain Pass, Pilsen, Port, Sand River, and Steps. All these maps are getting more optimizations as like El Haluf did. So maybe look out for rocks you can hide in at this point. Again,
Don't worry, it'll only take you 200 to 300 battles played to actually see all the maps, because their rotation system is just so fucking RNG-tastic.
right. I can't tell you how many maps or matches I've played on Prokhorovka as of recently.
There's like 8 to 10 maps supposedly in rotation. I think I've seen 4 or 5, roughly.
Right. And then as soon as you pick artillery piece, then you will get Himmelsdorf.
The very first match of the day, 5-10 battles already in. First time you play already in, there's that fucking city.
Yep.
Never fails. Game has a sense of humor.
Now we're going to move into some of the more holiday geared stuff here, which we have...
Merry Kwanzaa, bitches.
Merry Kwanzaa, bitches. Let's start with Naughty or Nice. Why not?
Sure.
All right. So once a day, you can get a Naughty or Nice drop, and this Naughty or Nice drop will include one of the following. If it's a nice drop, you'll get either 50,000 silver, 100,000 silver, an enhanced repair kit, an enhanced med kit, or an enhanced fire suppressor. It's only available once per day, so if you don't get lucky on your RNG, you're fucked. All right. But if you're naughty, you get 1 commander XP or 1 tank XP. Or...
So fuck all nothing.
You will also get a lump of coal metal, if that means anything to you and you collect metals in this game.
What do you fucking do?
Woo! And it's only once a day, so you can't repeat it like you've done the previous 4 years.
So rather than being demoralizingly fucked into the ground, getting your coal, now you only just get disappointed lightly.
You get 1 naughty medal a day, and then on the 5th day of Christmas, you get 1 nice medal.
You get a repair kit.
And then 12 days of Tankmas.
Let's go on to this gimmick. So it's 3 to 10 for all 12 of these days. So hey, that's perfectly fine. You know, since they're shit canning 1 and 2, you don't have to worry about playing 1 and 2 and missing your opportunities.
Yes, and then one thing to note about this is that there's some things called key cards that we're getting, and I'm not sure what they're gonna do, but it's kind of interesting.
There is a Tankmas key card, and there is a top secret key card.
So
I had no fucking clue.
Speculation is what I think is going to happen is that we're going to have to buy like war chests, where we're going to have a key system, kind of like something like Team Fortress 2 or even CS:GO. So basically, we're going to have to buy the keys and the chests on top of that, or we'll earn the chest in the background and have to buy the keys for it. I don't know, but that's what I'm going to speculate.
Buy 10 fucking chests and you got 35 keys and there's only 1 fucking key that fits 1 fucking chest. Yeah!
Are they like if they like try and make a marketplace on here? What would they do with it?
Stick it in deeper and harder and probably go skimp on the lube because that costs money.
Right. You know, wargaming, they're going to try and drain every single penny out of you. Unless you put in time and effort.
That gotta suck that life force and that will to game right out of you.
So, what are your thoughts?
Don't worry.
Cujo?
That top secret Tankmas key card, places the top XP earner on both teams in a battle.
Basically,
Folks,
you have to go
swing
off.
low, kick them in the balls, play the 5-4, and just rape a bunch of Muppets to death. You'll get it.
Definitely. So, what are your thoughts? Any comments, you think?
We basically don't have enough specific details and information to be overly excited or disappointed by any one thing at this time. I can't be a cynical fuck or happy until I have the final hammered out details. And after I've spent a half hour to 45 minutes trying to figure out the fucking UI in the not garage.
Well, I'll be honest when I say I'm actually kind of excited to get a new UI. We've had this for 3 years now, this UI.
We've
with
basically
minor
had
changes here
this
and there.
type of UI since the beginning. Like you said, with tweaks.
Right, with certain tweaks, and it's basically changed graphically a lot, but I feel like this might be a chance for wargaming to turn a new chapter, whether it be for good or bad. You know, we'll have to see come the update.
Swing low.
And we've already recorded our matches. We've took photos of kind of like what our garages would used to look like. So basically, we can go back to nostalgia if we want to the very first garage, or you know, when time was this, just in case Mercenaries or this garage was better than the next garage. You know what I'm saying?
We shall see.
Definitely shall see. So, well, I think that's pretty much wrapped it up. What we've basically discussed about. I mean, we've kind of broke down everything. Do leave a comment down below. Leave a comment below what you guys think, what you guys want to see, what you guys want to hear from, and we'll definitely cover some of the new stuff when it comes out, and basically we'll kind of just dedicate video by video depending on how big it is, because apparently this is one of the bigger updates. So
Well, we're making this up as we go, folks. No lie here.
definitely. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and hope to see you guys next time.